Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, BRL Exia 1984, as we get started here with Tier 3 F1 2019 at the German Grand Prix. I'd like to say welcome to everybody as we get started here in this race. Start pulling up all the telemetry and everything for all the drivers, for all the viewers to see. The question is who is going to do the soft tire strategy? We've seen in many of the races of Tier 1 and Tier 2, soft tire is not the strategy, but some of the drivers made it work with the two-stop due to safety cars. As we have a driver that is now coming out of the pits, we are going to follow with that driver as soon as we can. Let's see who it is. They come out. It is Marlon Conga. He is coming out in the Renault, the fourth place championship driver in this season so far. He has 124 points going into this round here for the German Grand Prix. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how he performs. He's coming out on medium compound tires. Looks like we have Canada King in the Williams. He is coming out as well. He is on the soft tire. And let's see, we have White Meat. He's coming out as well. And same with Wrathful. Both of those drivers, they are opting for the hard compound. Question is can they make those tires work? We'd like to make a huge shout out to Wrathful. He had a wonderful race, finishing second in another race prior to this one. So he's coming off on a high, coming into this one. As we get started, Rock Lobster, he's coming out on hards also. Hopefully that Mercedes driver, we're going to see if he's able to rally in a few more points to his teammate, Slingshot, who's sitting 12th in the championship, 27. Definitely keeping an eye on that. Mitch, he's sitting on hards as well as he's coming out. Same with Signs. They're all coming out on hard compound tires. Mitch tied with the championships for Tier 3 now. So we have a yellow Sector 3. Looks like it's Wrathful going a little slow, moving out of the way for people. We're going to follow Marlon Conga on board. It looks like he invalidated his lap. Mitch and Loki are tied for this championship series with 157 points. This being MRC Loki's home race of Germany. We'll definitely see him put on a show for everybody as White Meat is on his fast lap. So we'll ride aboard with him. He's looking very good. Wrathful started his fast lap. Can Wrathful, purple Sector 1. Doesn't look like it, so it's definitely going to be sitting with White Meat here. As they come through down into the hairpin, he goes in Sector 2. He accelerates out nice and smooth. He's got the car in overtake to help him balance out everything. He comes through this amazing little stadium section. Nice and smooth on the brakes. Not a whole lot of sliding there. Trying to utilize all the track that he possibly can. See what we have. Like me or not, he's coming out on hards. Jules is coming out on hards. SF1 Rhodes is coming out on hard compound tires. White Meat, purple Sector 2. See what he's able to do when he comes around the track in this McLaren. He had a very strong performance in Britain last week. Can he carry that out even though there's minor mistakes? He's going to set provisional pole at a 14 flat. We're going to see Wrathful. He's coming around the line. What does he do? Wrathful goes a 1:14.136. He's definitely showcasing the performance of the Racing Point. We're going to jump over to Signs. What does Signs have? He's coming through the second sector. Like me or not, he's starting his fast lap. Wick, Loki, and Henchman all have not gone out. Looks like Signs invalidated his lap. We're going to roll with Mitch. See, Rhodes just started his fast lap. See where Mitch sits here as he comes across the line. He sets provisional pole with a 1:13.9 on the hard compound tires. The Slingshot won a 1:14.6 on medium compound tires. Rock Lobster falling behind his teammate with a 1:15.7 on hard compound tires. We're going to jump down the grid here. We're going to ride along. Marlon Conga sets the new provisional pole with a 1:12.9 on medium compound tires. What a blistering lap he was able to set. Looks like we have a crash in, nope, the car is moving in Sector 1. It is a Renault. We go through here. Looks like Miernot's going to slot to 5th on those hard compound tires with a 114.543. Jules trying to work his way in. He's did a 150.6. He's probably just scrubbing those tires in prior to him setting a fast lap. We're going to jump over to, let's see, jump down, take a look at Canada King. He's on those medium compound tires. Let's see what he can do with the Williams car as he goes around. Loki's also on his fast lap as well. So Loki's going through Sector 1, coming down to the hairpin of Sector 2. We'll jump over to him and see what happens there. Let's see, Hockey S is he is starting his fast lap, going through turn 1. See where Canada King sets with his medium compound tires, nice and smooth. Runs out a little bit of the ERS. He goes 8th with a 115.3 on those medium compound tires, putting himself in the top 10. But Wick and Henchman and the other drivers have not set a lap yet. We're going to jump over here to Mr. Loki. Look at him rocking the German-inspired helmet here, coming through Sector 3. What can he do as he comes through? Nice, smooth, utilizes all of it. DRS is open, still has ERS left. He's going to slot right behind Rathel, only 0.002 away from his time. Rhodes slots right behind his teammate in 3rd with a 114.042 on hards. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the Red Bull pair duo play into that tire strategy, whether they go to medium to hard compound tires. Jump down to Hockey Hess in the Ferrari, the lone Ferrari. His teammate could not make it. He crosses the line. He slots into 7th, right behind the B team of the Ferrari, the Alfa Romeo. But can Hockey Hess improve his time to catch these drivers? Rathel is coming back out on his outlap, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that as he goes through. Some of the drivers, Jules has been able to close in the gap to Slingshot with a 115.1 on hard. He's sitting there in 10th place right now. Marlon Conga hasn't decided to go on softs yet, but he's still sitting in the pits in case if he's going to have to. John Wick, he is now on his outlap on those soft compound tires. So we'll definitely keep an eye and see where he sits. Looks like Henchman possibly maybe going to that soft compound tire. He's sitting in the pits. He hasn't made a decision yet on what he wants to do. See, Signs, he's still sitting in the pits. He still has yet to set a time. Rathbone, Loki, Hockey Hess, they're still all out. We're going to jump over to Loki. He's coming through here. Looks like he's 0.046 slower on those hard compound tires. Hockey Hess, he's diving in the pits. White Meat, is he diving into the pit? Nope, he's going through Sector 1 here. What does he have? Can he improve his time through Sector 1? He is slower by almost 0.2 there. See, Mitch is still in the pits. SF1 Rhodes improves his time to a 13.8. We have just found out that the poor Williams car of Canada King, the game decided I wasn't slow enough, so it broke my DRS for quali. What a shame, Canada King, but you are sitting 11th with a chance to improve more based on your tire. Give it a little bit of time. We'll see what happens. Wrathful jumps to a 13.9 on hard compound tires. Loki gaining some speed and some performance. Being his home Grand Prix, he manages to slot to 2nd with a 13.8 on hard compound tires. Looks like Marlon Conga is not out of the picture yet. The drivers are saying we are coming for you and we are coming fast. Let's see what we have here. Wrathful now he's sitting 4th. SF1 Rhodes is sitting 3rd. Can Wrathful make an improvement on those tires? All the other drivers have 3 laps on those hards. He doesn't. He dives back into the pit. John Wick is on the softs. What can he do? He's about to cross the line. DRS is open. He slots it. He goes 12.74 on soft compound tires. a provisional pole with 8 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. We only have 2 drivers that still have yet to put a lap in, and that is Henchman and Signs. We will definitely keep an eye on them as they are going around the track. Looks like we have some of the drivers out. Mitch is out on his outlap. Marlon Conga, he's going for the soft strategy tire. But will this help him? Will this play into a factor to where it's gonna, help him out around this track? Mitch is clearly looking like he's got the pace to bring it back on mediums. I've interviewed some of the drivers prior to the race. A lot of them are saying that, the softer tire is the faster tire, but by lap 6 or 7, they're going to degrade the tires out so much to where it's not really going to help them as much. We're going to jump over to Slingshot while Mitch is running around on his fast lap. We'll jump over to Slingshot. He's 0.2 faster now. Let's see what he can do around the last corner on these medium compound. DRS is open. He slots up to 9th with a 14.3. Job well done. We're going to jump over to Mitch. He's on medium. He's going through. Shows a little bit of a... He's almost 0.4 faster on those medium compound tires. This would slot him into 3rd behind the soft tire drivers as they go through. Where is Marlon Conga? He should be coming up to Sector 1. We're going to keep an eye on Mitch as he goes through here onto the main straight. DRS is open. What can he do? It slots him 3rd with a 13.4. Marlon Conga, looks like he invalidated his lap. We have Rock Lobster. He's coming out on soft compound tires. White Meat, he's going to come out on medium. A lot of drivers are now starting to push for the medium compound. Go over here to Rock Lobster. He runs it really wide after turn 1. Looks like he possibly invalidated his lap. White Meat, he is on his fast lap. He's looking clean as he goes through down into turn 2 here. Nice and smooth, easy on the throttle. Try not to make the back end break out. He is about 1.5 tenths faster in Sector 1. He purpled it for his time. Can he reel in Mitch on those medium compound tires, who's showing a lot of pace, very strong? Canada King, he is back out on those medium compound tires. Henchman's finally came out. We're gonna have to keep an eye on him as he goes through. Marlon Conga dives into the pits. Let's see here as we ride along with White Meat. What can he do in his 2nd sector? It's like Rock Lobster's White Meat 0.3 faster in Sector 2. Rock Lobster loses a little bit. White Meat dodges. Oh, that almost was a massive collision. Thank you to White Meat trying to move as best as he possibly can. A lot of times you don't know where drivers are. Let's see what he does as he comes across the line. What does he do? He slots him in the 3rd with a 13.1 on medium compound tires. He is only about 0.4 back from John Wick on soft compound tires. Henchman's on his new fast lap. DRS is open, coming down the straightaway here as we go into turn 2. Utilizing all the track that he can in that Haas car. He's 16 flat for Sector 1. Canada King moves up to 8th, showing the pace in the Williams, trying to catch his old teammate, Mr. Wrathful, who is in that Racing Point. Wrathful sitting 7th in the overall Drivers' Championship Series. He's trying to make something happen. He's trying to catch Leikmira and White Meat. He is only about 5 points behind White Meat and about 4 points behind Leikmira. So we'll definitely see what he is capable of doing when he tries to chase those drivers down. Welcome to the viewers to the stream here for the BRL Tier 3 F1 2019 Championship Series battle here at the German Grand Prix. I'm your host, BRL XEN 1984. Here comes Henchman across the line. What does he do? He slots 4th in the mediums on the first lap out with a 13.2. The lone Haas driver showing the performance of the American team, of what he can do. Let's see what we have here. John Wick is back out on those soft compound tires. Doesn't look like he really wants to try anything. Wrathful loses it. He loses his front wing. But he manages to save the car. What an amazing, what a shame, but what amazing that he was able to save the car and it didn't DNF him. Hopefully he can make it back to the pits. Wow, what a shame. He was looking at very strong pace. He's sitting 8th. Hopefully he's able to, better than being disqualified and having to fall all the way back. We have Sainz. He's on his out lap as well. Hockey Hess, he's on his fast lap on the medium compound tires. What can Hockey Hess do? What can he do here as he goes into turn 2 here in the Scuderia Ferrari through turn 1? What is his times? He is 3/10 faster in sector 1. As he comes down here, what a beautiful back straight it is, down into a very tricky hairpin. If you brake too early, you lose a lot of time. If you brake too late, you lose a lot of time. John Wick sets a 12-3 as a provisional pole. Looks like Rock Lobster is retired. Same with White Meat. They are going to bank on their laps as the lone Ferrari, who's been paired to his teammate side by side to the hip. They qualified all the time right next to each other. Mike Miernot is on his fast lap as well. But what can the Ferrari driver do? Where is Sainz? Where is he? He is starting his hot lap right now. He did a 15. Let's see what he does as he goes through here. 16 flat in sector 1. Wrathful has managed to make it in the pits to retire as they go through. Hockey has slots to 5th here with a 13.272. The time spreads are getting closer. Marlon Conga is now coming out on his out lap. Let's see. We have Sainz. He still has yet to set a time. We're going to ride with him. As we have a Red Bull they are about to start. Rhodes is about to start his fast lap. Yes, he is. And Mitch should be starting his fast lap here shortly as Mitch is on the soft compound tires. But Sainz looks like he invalidates his lap. Hopefully he has enough fuel to make it back to see if he can do something with it. We're going to jump to like me or not. He is 7/10 slower, but he slots to 6 with a 13.2. Marlon Conga is still on his out lap on the soft compound tires. Let's see, we have Jules. He is on his fast lap. We're going to jump over with him. As he comes through sector 1. We'll follow him as he comes to turn 2. Marlon Conga is on his fast lap. We have 15 seconds to play as we go through. Where is Rhodes? Rhodes is flying in sector 3. He's 5/10 faster on those medium compound tires. Through the last 2 corners onto the main straight. Can he upset the group here on the medium compound tires? As he crosses the line, he's going to slot him in second in the mediums. Loki sitting 3rd with a 12.9. So right now we have a John Wick with 12.3 on provisional pole. We have Marlon Conga. He is still on his fast lap. We're going to drop down to Jules. He may disrupt this top group as he goes around here on the last final couple corners. What can he do? Mitch goes 5th on soft compound tires. Jules dives into the pits. Marlon Conga is still out. He's still hauling in that Renault. Can he make it? Sainz manages to pull in a 13.1 in 7th. Jules retires from the session. Here comes Marlon Conga as he goes across the line. What can he do? Does that put him in pole? We will see. The screen timed out. It puts Marlon Conga in provisional pole here. The 4th place championship driver is sitting on pole position here at the German Grand Prix, setting time by a 1:11.5 here in the Renault. With John Wick, he's going to be starting second in the McLaren with a 1:12.3, followed with SF1 Rhodes with a 1:12.8. Loki with a 1:12.9, his home Grand Prix, showcasing the speed of the Alfa Romeo. Mitch going on the softs, different strategy we usually see than the Red Bull duo. He's going to a 12.9. We have White Meat. He is starting on the mediums with 13.1. Sainz 7th. We have Henchman 8th. Hockey Hess 9th. Like Mir not 10th. With Wrathful going 11th. What an interesting development we had. Some of the drivers having issues setting their times, other drivers not having issues. Definitely, showing a lot of the performance here as we wait, as these drivers are about to select their tires, be able to go to the bathroom if they need to before the Grand Prix starts. I just want to say thank you to the viewers that came and watched and are definitely watching. It's truly an honor to have you guys here watching this with me. If you have any questions or comments, please post up in the Twitter chat. I will try my best to keep an eye on that with you guys and talk with you guys through that, through the whole entire race. But please, if you guys have any predictions, call them out. Let's see what they're capable of doing. Again, we are waiting here. It's definitely going to be an interesting race. We have shown that. Chandler, how are you, sir? How are you? We've seen a lot of different strategies between the Red Bull duo, both of them going on two different tire strategies, both of them battling it out. Some races, Mitch hasn't been strong, but Rhodes has been able to push. Can Rhodes take the championship series? This is the German Grand Prix. Can Loki take the battle to Mitch and push it further? Marlon Conga's on a steamrolling effect right now and through the battles. Can he push even harder and take the, and take the battle? And can Marlon Conga take the championship? We've said that he's sitting fourth right now in the championship series. We'll definitely see what happens. Wrathful, coming off of a high from another race, coming into here, definitely. B-Dunk, welcome, sir. Welcome to the race. If you guys have any ideas, questions, ask us the GOAT. Welcome to you as well to the stream as we get started here. Marlon Conga rolling us all out here on Tier 3. We have John Wick sitting second in that lone with the McLaren. His teammate sitting sixth. SF1 Rhodes out-qualifying his teammate here at Germany. MRC Loki, we've told you, it is his home race here. He is the lone Alfa Romeo today. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on his performance as he goes around the track. We're going to jump over here to Mitch, the championship right now provisional leader, with him tied with Loki, who is sitting just ahead of him. We have White Meat, had a little bit of struggles with Great Britain. And then we have Signs here sitting sixth. Henchman, he's coming off of a little bit of a troubled race in Britain. He's coming to the German Grand Prix. He wants his victory. He started pulling Austria, but due to some bad luck and some rain, he wasn't able to capitalize. Hockey has shown the strong performance with Scuderia Ferrari sitting ninth. Like me or not getting the performance he wanted out of that Toro Rosso car, but he clearly has the pace. We've seen it time in and time out to make things happen. Welcome Ham Newton to the stream. Wrathful sitting in that Racing Point car on those medium compound tires. He definitely wants to showcase what he can do. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on all of that as we go through here. Canada King, strong performance for the Williams for him, sitting 12th. Slingshot in the Mercedes, sitting 13th on the medium. Jules going with a different strategy. He's going to the hard compound. He's going to try to stretch that out. Rock Lobster sitting 15th as the drivers are now starting to make their way through the grid here. So we'll definitely keep an eye and see how everybody performs here. Definitely waiting for the last driver of Rock Lobster to line up before we get started here. Wait for the 5 lights. Here we are waiting for the 5 lights. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are away as we go through. Drive-through penalty for Rock Lobster for jumping the start. Mitch gets a jump on SF1 Rhodes right behind him. Rhodes squeezes. Oh, John Wick, the Red Bull duo are battling it out with the McLaren right beside them. White Meat making the move up there. Signs looking very aggressive right behind them. They're going 3 wide through 2-3 as they go through. The McLaren duo making quick maneuvers ahead of the Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo as they go through. Down into the hairpin. We'll see what happens as they go through. White Meat clearly making a little bit of moves on it. We'll see as we go through. John Wick moving past his teammate. White Meat sitting right behind him. Mitch falling back a little bit. Signs moving up. Hockey has moved up. Loki is falling back. He's becoming prey to the back drivers. We're definitely making up ground on him. Marlon Conga has pulled out. SF1 Rhodes has slotted himself in second on those medium compound tires. Rathwell has fallen back a little bit. Slingshot slides up to 13th as we go through. This is just lap one with close battles as we go through here. See what as we're going to wait to see how everything plays out. Marlon Conga sets provisional fast lap at a 1:19.8. He has now stretched that lead to SF1 Rhodes to 1.6 seconds. We have yellow sector 1. What has happened? John Wick loses it. We have a virtual safety car. John Wick loses it. He has no front wing. He's going to have to dive into the pits. Well, let's see what happens as we go through here. We have a tight battle. First checked out from second. Second checked out from third. Third checked out from nobody. We have 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, all trying to get to that 4th place here as Mitch is trying to make something happen on those soft compound tires to white meat. We have signs here. He's showing a very strong performance as they go through. Let's see what happens. Mitch is 5/10 back behind White Meat. White Meat reeling in SF1 Rhodes on those medium compound tires. How far can Marlon Conga stretch out those soft compound tires? We've been told it's about 6 to 7 laps. So if he has to keep pushing, he may be sitting duck to a lot of these medium tire drivers. As they go through, DRS is enabled as we're going to drop down. There's a massive battle. Looks like Hockey has a little bit of issues with Like Mirna. Henchman looking back. He's going to possibly try to make a move through turn 1. Hockey has runs of wide. Henchman's trying to get the run. Can Henchman make something happen here? Down into turn 2. Rathwell trying to check up right behind him. Canada King. He's in the battle, sitting 11th, right behind his former teammate in the Racing Point as he's trying to chase them down. DRS is open. We have a freight train as they go through. We're going to jump up to 3rd, White Meat. He had a nice run on SF1 Rhodes, but Mitch is there to try to take a little bit of the pressure. We have a little bit of a mix-up. Hockey Hess and Like Me or Not, they're doing a drag race down the other back straight as they go through. Like Me or Not on the inside, Hockey Hess on the outside. Now Hockey Hess is on the inside. Like Me or Not on the outside as they go through. Can Like Me or Not? Oh, there's a little bit of a tap. Like Me or Not loses it a little bit. That's going to allow Rathwell, Henchman, all the slot up ahead of him. It's going to allow Hockey Hess to pull away as we're going to dive up to Mitch. He is about a 10th back from Whitey. This is a battle for 3rd as they come through to the last 2 corners before they come onto the main straight. Can Mitch get a run on White Meat before the other second straightaway, the other second DRS zone? Marlon Conga sets provision. The fast lap is changing up. Now it's White Meat with a 16.3. Mitch, DRS is open. Can he make something work here? We have a battle for 5th. Loki is 8/10 back from Signs. Can Loki make something happen on Signs? We'll definitely keep an eye on that as the time progression moves around. Here we have Mitch. He's 4/10 back. DRS is open. White Meat is able to defend with the DRS open due to SF1 Rhodes. Mitch cannot make anything happen. We're going to jump over to Loki. Doesn't look like he's making anything happen. Henchman definitely pushing the pressure onto Rathwell. Can Rathwell possibly try to pull? Canada King and Like Me or Not are battling it out. Looks like Canada King ran the car a little bit wide. Like Me or Not on a different strategy. Like Me or Not can't make the move. Canada King is going to hold his position in 10th as the drivers are coming through. We're going to jump up. White Meat still 5/10 back behind SF1 Rhodes. These drivers are freight training together. 4 laps in, Marlon Conga has fallen back a little bit of his time to 1.8 seconds to SF1 Rhodes. White Meat 3/10 back from SF1 Rhodes. Can he make something happen to that Red Bull driver? We'll definitely have to keep even more of an eye on that as we follow Like Hockey has its visual fast lap. Loki gets a 3-second time penalty in his home Grand Prix. White Meat on the gearbox of Rhodes. Can Rhodes defend? White Meat looking racy as he comes through here onto the back straight before the hairpin. DRS is open. Rhodes has nothing. White Meat on the inside. Can Rhodes defend? Here they go. Breaking match. White Meat diving it into the inside. Rhodes has nothing to do. But can Rhodes take the battle back? He can possibly try to get the win, possibly get some sort of slipstream going. But it does not look like he can as he comes through here up to the stadium section, and they go. Rhodes is looking very racy. Mitch has fallen back to about 7/10 to his teammate here. Rhodes has to keep pushing along. White Meat and him have to kind of check up a little bit so that they can catch Marlon Conger, who's about 1.5 seconds back. As they go through here, let's see as we go down the order. Wrathful 7/10 back from Hockey has. Signs 6/10 back from Loki, 6/10 back from Signs. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Marlon Conger is in the pits. Lap 5. The drivers called it. White Meat 16 flat on the fastest lap. Mitch still staying out there, but how long can Mitch stay out? Marlon Conger is just falling down the order as they go through. He's going to come out right around where his teammate is in 13th and 12th as they go through here. Signs, he's making a move on Mitch. Can he make it stick? Down into the hairpin he goes. Mitch leaving a little bit of stick. Ooh, Signs tapping him just a little bit out of the hairpin. Mitch gets a 3-second time penalty. Signs makes it all the way through. A little bit of a bump there as they went through the hairpin. Rhodes looking racy. Both Red Bull drivers are getting attacked here in the championship series. Loki wants to defend. Is Mitch's tires completely shot? That is the question. Rhodes still battling it out with White Meat as they go through. What can happen here? Let's see what we have here. We have White Meat. He's sitting first. Rhodes second. Signs third. Mitch fourth. Loki fifth. We've seen Rhodes going a little bit wide there as they go through. Can Signs reel in first and second as they go through? Wrathful looking very racy as he's still sitting right behind Hockey has in that Ferrari. Can he move up a little bit? Slingshot as he goes through here into turn 1. King gets a 3-second time penalty. They go down into turn 2. There's a lot of battling all over the track. Loki, he's making the move. Can he make it stick on the inside of Mitch? He does. Loki giving him the space, not pushing off the track a little bit. All the drivers being very courteous, but still racing hard with each other. That's what I like to see. Marlon Conger gets the move on Slingshot as they go through the hairpin. Cannon King 3/10 back behind Like Me or Not. Cannon King looking very strong in his performance here. Marlon Conger trying to make something stick. Wrathful 2/10. Marlon Conger definitely doesn't want to try to rush it and ruin his race. Let's see as we go through. What do we have? Wrathful still 5/10. Cannon King 3/10 back behind Like Me or Not. There is a massive freight train for this 9th place. Marlon Conger wants to get past. We have a yellow sector 1. Signs DNF. What happened? Did he crash it? He crashed it. What a shame. Does this mean we have a safety car? Do we have a safety car that jumped out? Does not look like we have a safety car. Marlon Conger gets a 3-second time. We have a virtual safety car for White Meat. What a shame in that race. He was looking super strong. He was definitely a contender to win the race based on his strategy. So this is definitely going to help Marlon Conger out here as Marlon Conger falls back a little bit. What is going on with Marlon? He gets a 5-second time penalty for collision with Canada King. So it'll be definitely interesting to see where that and how that's all happening. So right now we have SF1 Rhodes. He is leading the Grand Prix here for Tier 3 BRL. Sign sitting second. Loki is sitting third. Mitch is still out on those soft compound tires. 7-lap old soft compound tires. As Wrathful makes it past Hockey has. He's making moves and he wants a podium. He wants to push as hard as he possibly can. Welcome to the viewers. Joe Poe Racing, he's out. Yes, he is out. Welcome to the stream, sir. As we go through, Mitch is finally into the pit. Where is Mitch going to come out? What tires is he on? He's going to the hard compound tire. Like it or not, goes past him through the pits. Where is Mitch? Like it or not, gets a 3-second time penalty. Looks like we're going to be time penalty central as we go through here. Hockey has still 2/10 back. We have a yellow sector 3. Canada King has retired from the session, it seems. What a shame. He could have done really well here in the race. Hockey Hess has made it back past Raspel. We have a very strong battle all across the board here. Marlon Conga's back into the pits. This is going to fall back. What a shame with our pole setter, Marlon Conga. He's just not having the race right now as we get through here. Let's see what we have. Signs. He's sitting second. He's 7/10 back from He's 7/10 back from Rhodes. Loki 5/10 back from him. Canada King has left the session. I am sorry for the racer. We'll definitely have to take a look at everything for the stewards towards it. Please keep, please keep a level head, sir. And we get back to the race. Let's see what happens here. Jules 5/10 back from Slingshot. Is he gonna make something happen? As we go through, we're going to ride along with Jules. He is ahead of Mitch. Mitch has brand new hard compound tires that are going to help him stretch his tires out there the longest. Slingshot, the man, the myth, the legend himself. He is sitting 8th in the Mercedes AMG ahead of his teammate. What an amazing job he's doing here. Moving up, we're going to follow track and see who has moved up the grid the most. It is going to be Mr. Rathful himself. He has moved up the grid 6 spots here in this German Grand Prix here, as we see Jules making the move on Slingshot down into the hairpin. Looks like Mitch is also trying to get into that action a little bit as well. See what we have here. We have Mitch having to go to the brakes early on Slingshot. Slingshot defending it on the inside as we go through. See, can Mitch make something happen on Slingshot here? Lap 10 out of 34. This track is a very high degradation. Down into the hairpin he goes. Slingshot defending on the inside. Mitch trying to make it happen. He wants to chase Jules down. As they go through, the drivers have separated themselves out a little bit, except for the top 3. They are within a second of each other, battling it out for the win as they go through. Slingshot utilizing just as much track as he possibly can without invalidating it. Mitch trying to make something. Mitch goes down on the inside. Can he make it stick? He partially does, but Slingshot holds his line. Mitch is going to have to back out of it. He can't do anything. We're going to ride on board with Mitch. DRS is open. Slingshot has his open. Slingshot doesn't have what it takes to defend. But can Slingshot take the battle back? Mitch dives down on the inside. Is he going to get an amazing run on Jules? It looks like he does. He gets an amazing run on Jules in that Renault as they go through. Let's see what Mitch does, catching a little bit of the grass there. Jules brakes nice and slow and tidy through that corner. See what happens. Looks like Rathful has fallen to Hockey Hess about 1 second. Looks like Rathful has exhausted everything that he possibly can right now with that race, with what he was trying to do. Question is can Mitch get past Jules without wasting much? Hockey Hess gets a 3-second time penalty. Looks like we have Signs and Loki still battling it out. Loki 4/10. Jules goes on a massive defensive cover on the inside. Mitch gets an amazing run down the main straight. DRS is open. What can he do? He's looking. Jules defends on the inside. Mitch breaks out of it, tries to get an amazing run, trying to trick Jules out to diving too deep. Jules gets an amazing break into turn 2 as they come through. DRS is open. Mitch making the switch. He's going around the outside. Down on the inside he goes. Can he make it? Covers the inside to make sure Jules doesn't try anything. Jules getting a little bit slowed up. Mitch kind of closed the door on him. Nice clean racing as they go. As we jump through, Loki got past Signs. Interesting to see what happened there. Loki taking the battle. He wants to win this Grand Prix. He wants to bring it home for his fans, for his country. Can he do it? He's got to get past Rhodes. A driver who is extremely clean and careful. Very, very precise is the word that we're going to roll with it. As we go through Slingshot's 3/10 back from Jules. What can Slingshot? Can he make something happen? It doesn't look like he's falling back a little bit in the time. But we'll have to ride with him. Loki, DRS is open. Rhodes, what's he going to do? Rhodes is opting for the optimal line. Down into the hairpin they go. Loki sticking on the back end of him the best that he can. These two drivers are starting to pull away from Sainz. They're starting to check out from third, saying goodbye, see you later, have a nice day. As they go through here, down into the stadium section they go. Can Loki make something happen? That is the question that we all want to know. As a lot of the drivers are starting to separate themselves. We are lap 13 out of 34, everybody. We have SF1 Rhodes leading the German Grand Prix here for Tier 3. We have a yellow sector 1. What driver? He manages to get the car going. That is wonderful to see that the driver is managing to make the car. Slingshot makes the move on Rhodes. On Jules, I mean. Jules looks like he had a little bit of an issue, ran the car really wide. Slingshot makes it past. Sainz gets a 3-second time penalty. Henchman dives into the pits. Who else is going to dive into the pits? It's in the back of the pack. Doesn't look like anybody else's. Henchman's going to a different strategy. Like it or not, slots up to 6. Mitch is going to move up ahead of him. Loki, 2/10 back. DRS is open. He's making a move on the inside. Down on the inside, the Alfa Romeo driver goes. Runs the car super deep. Rhodes gets a nice switchback move on Loki. Fakes him out as he goes through here. What a wonderful job by the Red Bull driver, sticking to his normal line, letting Loki make the mistake. As Rhodes comes through, hopefully this is going to allow Sainz to reel them in a little bit due to the mistake, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like he's falling back 2/10 to the drivers. As they go through, Rathfull's falling back an extra 6/10 to now 1.6 to Hockey has in the battle for one of those top spots right there. As we go through here, Jules 6/10 back from Slingshot. These are the two closest battles we have for first and second and 8th place between Slingshot and Jules. Loki is into the pits. He's diving in. Who else is? Sainz is diving to the pits. Hockey has is staying out. Rathfull is staying out. Like me or not, is he going to go into the pits as he's coming around here? These two corners here. Like me or not, stays out. Different strategy that we've seen here. Sainz and Loki. Did Loki get Sainz in the pits? Nope, they're about the same. Loki, like me or not, is coming around. Same with Mitch. So Mitch is definitely going to have to sit there and defend against Loki. Loki takes the inside line on Mitch. Makes it stick, but Sainz is here to battle. We have an amazing battle. Loki has to get past these drivers if he wants to make it stick. DRS is open on Mitch. Sainz has his DRS open as well. Sainz goes on the outside. Mitch covers on the inside. Loki has nowhere to go. Sainz slides up on the inside. Can he make it stick down in the turn? He goes, closing the door on Mitch, pushing Mitch out. Mitch has to try to maneuver his way in. Like me or not, slots in the 4th. As they go through into the castle section. Mitch on the inside of Sainz. Is he going to make it work? He does. He gives him the door as well. It says, check out. See you later, sir. As he goes through, Loki has to make something happen. He is falling back from Sainz. Rhodes is into the pit. Will we see the other driver? Hockey has dives into the pits. Rathfull dives into the pits as well as we go through here. Where is Rhodes going to come out at? See what nice clean stop by the Red Bull team. Ferrari. Nice clean stop looks like for them. See what happens as they come through here. Like me or not, is in the pit. Rhodes comes out ahead of his teammate Mitch on those 7-lap old hard compound tires. Sainz on the inside of Mitch. Can he make it stick? It doesn't look like that. Loki gets a beautiful run on Sainz. We have Hockey Hess as well right behind Loki as they are all trying to battle. DRS is open on the Alfa Romeo and the Toro Rosso cars. Both drivers going defensive. Sainz on the inside, Loki on the outside, matching the brakes as they go through. Sainz getting an amazing angle on that corner. Mitch looking like he ran it a little bit wide as they go through. Loki on the inside of Sainz. Sainz shuts the door just a hair. Loki gets a little bit of a wiggle as we go through the battle for the podium position is intense here with these drivers as they go through. Henchman on those 2-lap-old medium compound tires. He's trying to make moves on. Looks like Loki makes it around Sainz. Looks like Sainz had a little bit of an issue. Hockey Hess is on the outside looking in. Hines, Henchman now right behind Rathful as he's trying to make something happen. Slingshot's also there. Slingshot trying to run his medium compound tires off as long as he possibly can. Rathful has to defend the Henchman. Slingshot dives into the pinch. Rathful gets a nice run around turn 1. Henchman getting a run. DRS is open. Will Henchman make a move? It doesn't look like it. We're going to jump back up with Loki. Where's Loki in the mix here? DRS is open on Mitch. SF1 Rhodes has checked out in this race. He's 2.7 seconds. Loki tries it on the outside. Mitch is going to defend on the inside. Loki catches the marbles, has a little bit of an issue with traction getting out. Mitch has got the inside into this corner. Can he shut the door on Loki before he gets up to the next corner before Loki tries the inside? Loki dives the car up on the inside but can't make it stick. He has to back out. Rock Lobster gets a 3-second time penalty. Sainz is catching up to them. Hockey Hess is catching up to him. They are trying to reel in second and third the best that they possibly can. Wrathful has fallen to a position to Henchman here in the race. Wrathful is on 2 laps fresher hard compound tires compared to Henchman's 3-lap old mediums. It looks like Henchman is doing a 2-stop strategy as we go through. Loki still 5/10. We are having an amazing battle, and I am losing my voice as Henchman sets a new fast lap. Mitch gets a 3-second time penalty. Hagias gets a run. He goes down on the outside. Sainz defends on the inside as they go through here to turn 2. What can happen as they go through? Looks like Sainz can defend as Hockey Hess runs a little bit of the grass. Loki gets a run. What is he going to do? Mitch covers complete on the inside, making Loki go on the outside. Loki makes it around as he goes through into the hairpin turn. As they go through, Sainz gets a nice run on Hockey Hess as they go into the hairpin here. As they go through. Now the question is, Loki, through all this battle, Loki has fallen to 3.7 seconds to SF1 Rhodes. Can Loki take the fight and catch up Rhodes? He wants that podium position. We are 18 laps out of 34 as we go through. Hockey Hess is still 4/10 back behind Sainz as we go through here. The Scuderia Ferrari, he wants his podium position. Let's see what we've got here. Wrathful, 7/10 back from Henchman. As we go down the list, Jules still on those 17-lap-old hard tires, trying to stretch them out as much as possible. Like me or not, Jules dives into the pits. He's probably going to switch over to those medium compound tires now. Like me or not, sitting 9th. He's about 13 seconds back from Jules. Marlon Kanga catching Rock Lobster. He's about less than a second. Hockey has 3/10 back as we go through here. Hockey has getting an amazing run on Sainz. Hockey has diving on the inside. He's covering everything possible. Ooh, there is a lot of bumping there. Not what I really expected. Hockey Hess gets a 3-second time penalty. Hockey Hess glitching. Looks like he was reporting that as we go through. Sainz pulling away a little bit of Hockey Hess. So we'll go through. Please, if you're watching the stream, comment in the stream chat who you're predicting to be your winner of this German Grand Prix. Mitch is still within a second of Loki, trying to chase him down in this race. As we go through, Sainz 2.2 seconds. Loki has managed to knock out 5/10 from SF1 Rhodes. Hockey has running really wide through turn 1 as he's trying to reel in Sainz the best that he can. Henchman is in the battle on those medium compound tires as he's trying to reel in these 2 drivers. For 4th and 5th, Sainz gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Hockey has DRS is open. What can he do? Can he make a move? He goes, oh, no. Oh, man, Sainz. Oh, Hockey has tried to make a move, but with the DRS open, the back end is completely Oh, what a shame. What a shame for Hockenheim. He had an amazing battle for the front. We're going to dive up to the henchman. A lot of times these cars, when the DRS is open and you try to make quick moves, depending on what your arrow is set to, the back end gets way too squirrely and you'll lose control. We have a car, he's off after the hairpin. Don't know if there's going to be a safety car. Hockenheim has left the session 4. What a shame race for him. He was doing so good. He was definitely looking at possibly having a podium as Henchman is trying to take down Sainz here. 3/10 back they go. Loki is now reeled in, roads to 2.3 seconds. As they go down, Henchman's looking on the inside that he goes. Can Henchman make it stick? It does happen. Sainz is losing a little bit of the pace as he goes through. Let's see what happens. Sainz making the move on the inside of Henchman. What's going to happen? Sainz trying to break match Henchman as they go through. Henchman running it very wide there after the hairpin. Question is what's going to happen to them when Wrathful catches them? Wrathful's 7/10 back behind them. Sainz having a little bit of issues with all those battles. Let's see where we're at here. Slingshot 7/10 behind Jules as we go through. John Wick has managed to move his car up to 10th after having a lot of the issues here, but he's still going to have to pit here with those 18-lap old hard tires unless he's able to make something work. Mitch 7/10 back behind Loki for that battle for second place. Loki's made up a lot of ground to SF1 roads, about 2.1 seconds. Loki gets another 3-second time penalty. John Wick gets a 3-second time penalty. So if SF1 roads doesn't have a time penalty, that's going to definitely help him out. Yes, Rice, Ricka Wad, great battles in the Steam chat. Yes, there is a lot of great battles here as we go through. Wrathful 4/10 back from Sainz. Can Wrathful make something happen as he's going through? We're going to ride on board with him. He's down on the inside. Sainz has nothing to defend. He's going to try the switchback, but Wrathful is covering up the exit on Sainz. Sainz had nothing. Look at Wrathful pull away from Sainz like it was nothing in this race as they went through. Sainz is clearly having a lot of issues with that car. John Wick has dove into the pits again. What are the tires that John Wick is going to go with? Is he going to be on the mediums? It looks like he is going to be on the mediums. He's going to try to see if he can stretch them out a little bit more as they go through. Mitch still less than a second back from Loki as they come through. Question is can Mitch take these tires out? They're 14-lap old tires with 11 laps to go. I'm going to ask the chat here for the people that are watching. Some of these drivers like Chandler, B. Dunn, and some of these other drivers that haven't commented, even like JOP Racing. Do you think Mitch can stretch these tires out all the way to the end? Mitch is still setting fast times, but do you think he can stretch these out? I want to see in the chat what happens here as Sainz is about a second back. Mitch has nothing to do to make a move there. A second back, can Sainz reel him in? He has almost no ERS. Wrathful has a nice 38% as they go through. See, Mitch still 7/10 back from Loki. Henchman 6.1 seconds back from third. Mitch running very wide there, but he's still setting very fast competitive laps here on those hard compound tires as they go through. Loki now reeling in SF1 roads to 1.2 seconds they go. Can Loki get past him before the end of the race? He knows he has Mitch behind him. They're tied for the championship. SF1 roads, he's sitting third in the championship. A lot of these drivers want big places as they go through. It's a massive battle for the front three as they go through. Loki trying to get the best run that he can through here out of turn 2-3 as they go through. Mitch getting a nice run here, only losing just a hair, but he still has the DRS. We're going to jump on board with him. Can he reel him into the hairpin? Does not look like it. He's going to try to get a cutback. Loki locking it up just a little bit there. feeling that pressure. Signs 4/10 back from Wrathful. Can he make something happen? No. Wrathful covers the inside, shuts the door on him, and says, no thank you, sir. As we have it, like me or not, has now slotted into 7th right behind his teammate here. Only 15 seconds back. 1 lap newer. Hard compound tires, definitely very good for the Toro Rosso duo. Loki has now brought in SF1 Roads within a second in this race. The German driver wants it. He wants his home Grand Prix. He wants to win, and he wants to sit and taste glory as they go through. But the question is, can SF1 Roads, who has nearly 100% ERS, defend against what Loki is bringing, about 43% ERS as they go through? Loki is now 6/10ths back behind SF1 Roads with Mitch, his teammate, in tow as they go through here onto the back straight, where there's going to be a massive DRS train as they go through. Sainz has fallen back to about a second to Wrathful, as Wrathful has fallen down to 1.4 seconds to Henchman, but Henchman will still probably need to pit or his tires may fall off. Loki 4/10ths back as they go through. He is reeling him in. Marlon Conga sets a new fast lap at a 1:59 on those hard compound tires. They're 16 lap old. What can happen here? We have a massive battle, first, second, third. It's been like this all season between the Red Bull duo and the lone Alfa Romeo driver, as they are trying to make something happen. Loki is trying to rebuild up a lot of his ERS as he comes through. Let's see, can he get a run this lap? It doesn't look like. Every time Loki tries to fight something back, Rhodes has something for him, as Rhodes is in overtake mode. He knows that he needs to push and try to separate this gap between Loki the best that he can. Mitch has fallen back to about a second. Could it Mitch's tire starting to fall off? That is the main question here that we have. Wrathful now 5/10ths back behind Henchman, 4/10ths. Wrathful is trying to make something happen. He knows Henchman's got a pit. Wrathful has to make something happen here. We have under 10 laps to go as they go through here in the German Grand Prix. Wrathful looking very racy right behind Henchman. Can he make it stick, or is Henchman going to have to dive into the pits? There's about 8 laps to go. Wrathful 3/10ths faster there through sector 2 of his time as he's going through into sector 3. Down to the hairpin, and he's going towards the last 2 corners. Can he get on the gearbox of Henchman and try to utilize that to reel him up, to line him up for the turn 1 here? As we go through, Loki is still 5/10ths back behind SF1 Roads. Wrathful getting a nice run out of turn 1. He's still about 5/10ths back. He's going to have to brake as late as possible down into this corner here. But can he make something happen? That is the question. A lot of these drivers, they're on the outside looking in, but somehow they can't make it. Like or not, gets a 3-second time penalty. As we go through, Loki now 3/10ths behind SF1 Roads. He's trying to make something happen. Is he going to make it? Let's see what happens here. Mitch is still within a second. He's still trying to fight to stay within it, as Wrathful is still 3/10ths behind Henchman as they go through. Can Loki? We have a massive battle for first place and for 4th place as they go through. Wrathful's about still 3/10ths as he's going. Can he make the run on Henchman up to this hairpin and make the move? Does not look like it. Let's see what happens. Mitch sets a new fast lap of a 15.9. He's showing that his tires are still fresh. Henchman dives in the pit. That's going to slot Wrathful to 4th. But now the question is, will Mitch's tires fall off? He has 19 lap old hard compound tires, yet he set a fast lap. But is that enough? Sainz gets a 3-second time penalty. Mitch now 4/10ths back behind Loki. Question is Loki, he's looking. but he doesn't have what it takes. Mitch goes real deep, trying to switchback maneuver, but he can't make it stick as he catches those rumbles as we go through. We're going to jump up with Loki. We have a massive battle. John Wick is 6/10 back from Rock Lobster all the way back there. But now we have Like Me or Not. He's 4/10 back from Henchman. Henchman has dived onto those soft compound tires. But Like Me or Not, trying to still move up, even though he knows Henchman is on those soft compound tires and he's ultra fast with them. That's 6 laps. Question is those tires going to fall off completely? Wrathful's 8.4 seconds. He has about 7 lap newer hard compound tires compared to Mitch. Mitch is still 5/10 back behind Loki. Mitch is 4/10 back behind Loki now. But the question is can he make it happen? I don't know. Please, people that are viewing, if you like, please post up who do you think is going to win this. We have a massive battle here as we go through. Loki's still 4/10 back. These drivers have all stayed within 6/10 to 3/10. See right along with Mitch, he's 7/10 back. Henchman is now cut out 2 seconds to Science. Marlon Conga's going to soft. They're going for the fast lap. They don't want to give it to any of these drivers. Marlon Conga can still get a point by doing fast lap here out of the top 10. As John Wick gets past him, Rock Lobster 3/10 back from Marlon Conga. See, Rhodes, Loki. Loki sets a new fast lap with a 15.777. He's playing the lottery here. He's trying to make something happen. So we're going to dive back up with Loki here into turn 2. Loki is 3/10 faster in turn 1 as he's going through his lap. He's only 0.085 off his sector 1 time. He still has nothing to compete. Henchman sets a new fast lap at a 14.5 on the soft. But he also sets a 3-second time penalty. That's not really helping him. Betting fast lap, but then also screwing himself there. As they go through, Mitch is starting to fall behind with 21 lap old hard compound tire. Loki down on the inside of Rhodes. Light lockup. They're going side by side. Loki has to back out of it. Rhodes gets an amazing run on him as they go through. Loki looked at it, but he couldn't make it stick. Can he make it stick again? We have 4 laps left. Mitch still sitting there, 5/10 back. If Loki makes a mistake, Mitch can capitalize on it. What can happen? We still have 4 laps left to go. Wrathful is still 8.9 seconds back from Mitch. Mitch 3/10 back from Loki. Mitch on those old hard compound tires, still showing that they're racing. DRS is open. He only has about 30% left. He's trying to make it happen. Loki has about 73%. He still has DRS to utilize that to catch up to SF1 Rhodes. SF1 Rhodes is in overtake with about 40%. Let's see what happened. Jules is 4/10 back from Slingshot here. John Wick is about 4/10 back from Marlon Conga, so we're having a little bit of a toss-up here in the backpack, but right now it is for the lead for the race. These drivers are battling it out as much as they can. Was that everything Loki had in the tank to take the fight to SF1 Rhodes? Rhodes does have a 1 lap newer hard compound tires compared to Loki, but Mitch is somehow holding in there with 3 laps to go. Marlon Conga sets a new fast lap of the race to a 1:14.2, right behind his teammate. Jewel is now about a 10th back from Slingshot. We're going to jump real quick here. Can he make something stick? Slingshot defends. What an amazing race that we have here. There's battles all over as they go through. We're going to jump back up. Mitch going through turn 1, nice and smooth and steady. Gets an amazing run on Loki. DRS is open. Just can't quite make it stick. He gets about 3/10 behind Loki, but Loki's gonna need to make something happen. There's 2 laps left. Yes, Breakout, you hats off to Mitch on making these tires last. But the question is Wrathful? No, he's not. Wrathful's fallen back to 9 seconds. Unless Wrathful knows something that we do not know about with the tires. As we go through, the Red Bull duo are definitely showing a very strong performance from Loki in the middle. We have 2 laps left to go. Will Mitch make a maneuver, or will Mitch's tire magically just drop dramatically and get a puncture? Marlon Congas, it's a new fast lap of a 13.4. He wants to make sure that nobody can break that lap record for the track here for Tier 3 as they go through. Mitch, only 26% ERS. Loki, he's got 59%. Rhodes is down to 31. Rhodes is trying to utilize as much as he can to stretch that gap from Loki. Looked like Loki used everything he possibly could to make that stick as they went through. See what we have here. Mitch still in the back end. Jules still 2 tenths back from Slingshot. We're going to dive over to Jules. Will Jules make something happen? No, he doesn't through the hairpin. They go. 1, 2, and 3 are still freight training, ladies and gentlemen, are watching the stream. Please, if you'd like to give a shout out, write it in the chat. We'll definitely make a mention of it as the drivers go through. Doesn't look like Jules is on the brink of his medium compound tire. Slingshot gets a 3-second time penalty as Jules is about 14 laps into his mediums. Looks like Jules locked it up just a hair. Mitch is falling back now 6 tenths, but Wrathful is now falling back to 10 seconds behind Mitch. Wrathful is definitely not making something happen. Jules getting a little bit of a run up on Slingshot as Slingshot goes to the defensive against Jules. As we go through, we are on the final lap, which we ride along with SF1 Rhodes going through turn 1 here. Can he keep the push away? He's got 44%. Loki's got about 38%. Mitch is on overtake. He has 28%. He's making everything happen as much as possible as he goes through. Wrathful about 9.9 seconds back from Mitch. Looks like Wrathful is turning it up. Mitch looks like he wants to make the move on the inside, but he can't. But he's got to try to get as much run as possible, but it doesn't look like it's making it happen. Mitch is trying everything. Loki is trying everything. As they go through, they are expending their ERS. Rhodes is just trying to stay in there and be alive as they go through. Will Mitch make a move on the inside here coming up to this hairpin if he gets a run? Does not look, he's too far back, about 2 cars worth as he goes through. Oh, Mitch throws it. Mitch throws it. He threw the car off the track. But is this going to... Oh, this is going to allow Wrathful to kind of catch up a little bit. Hopefully that wasn't a puncture. If that was a puncture... Nope. Looks like Mitch managed to salvage the car. SF1 Rhodes is going to come home with the victory at the German Grand Prix. Loki is going to come home second. Mitch with an amazing drive with 26 lap old hards in third. Wrathful's going to come in fourth. Only 2 tenths behind Mitch. He was only able to bring that in. Sainz is going to bring it in fifth. Henchman, where is he going to sit? He's going to come in sixth. Like me or not, he's coming around the last corner. What is he going to do? Is he going to jump anybody as he comes across the line? He's going to finish eighth. Slingshot. Jules tries the outside. He can't make it. Slingshot defending the best that he possibly can through the last 2 corners. Jules has nothing to do with it. Can't do anything to do with it. Slingshot coming across the line. What's going to happen? Jules loses control. Jules goes eighth. Slingshot is going to slot ninth. Marlon Conga is going to come in 10th and is going to crash into his teammate. John Wick is coming in 11th. With Rock Lobster 12th. What a shame the Hockey Hash Canada King as the Renault duo both crashed their cars completely. What an amazing race. I think I lost my voice partially. But we are going to get the drivers in for their interviews. The Red Bull duo showcasing what they can. This is definitely going to toss up the championship. Mitch is sitting finished third, Loki second, Rhodes first. Rhodes coming off with a strong victory. But anything can happen when we go through. Looks like there's going to be a bunch of incidences that we're going to have to take care of that may toss up how everything looks here in this race. Hats off to the top three and the other drivers. Thank you to the viewers that have stayed to watch as we get ready for the interviews. And there we have it. SF1 Rhodes wins the German Grand Prix without a time penalty. Loki finishes second. The German finishes second in his home Grand Prix with only a 6-second time penalty. Mitch finishes third. Wrathful going from 11th to 4th. He finishes 4th. He only had a 3-second time penalty. Sainz starting 7th, finishing 5th. Henchman finishing 6th. Like me or not, finishing 7th, starting 10th. Jules 14th to 8th. Slingshot 9th to 13th. Poor Marlon Ganga having a lot of issues there with the race, starting 1st and falling all the way to 10th. John Wick is started 2nd, finishing 11th. As we have, what an amazing race to these drivers. We're going to get these drivers into the booth here to interview them. Where's Mr. Mitch? We're going to get him invited in here. Where's Mr. Loki? Please, Mitch, click the box to include your audio. Here's Rhodes. We'll get Rhodes in here. Make sure that we have everybody. SF1 Rhodes is in. We are just waiting on Loki to join in. I believe he has to take his helmet off because he races with a helmet.
Of course he does.
Hey, man. You got to do what you got to do to stay focused. Loki is into the party. Please, drivers, top three drivers, please click the box to include your audio. I just want to say congratulations to the top three. What an amazing battle. I think I lost my voice partially. It was just going nonstop. Battles through all. I mean, there was a freight train. Anything could have happened. A lot of drivers tossed up. We're going to start with our third place finisher, Mr. Mitch, who was, before this race, tied with the championship, Drivers' Championship, with MRC Loki. The question is Mitch, when you know, it kind of made me a little confusing. What was going on with qualifying? Was there a reason why you went to the softs? Were you trying like a certain strategy?
No, I just went out on the softs just in case more people decided to go out on them, and it, bumped me back halfway through the field. But I actually didn't even intend to qualify on the softs because I was satisfied with my position, but I didn't brake soon enough before the finish line, so I ended up setting a time that was actually like 0.8 of a second slower than what I was on pace for, just because I didn't hit the brakes in time.
Oh, okay. Well, through the race, you had an amazing race. You started off, you had a tough battle right off the start. We were wondering how much, the battle was going to begin, and we started noticing that, with you sitting about third and fourth throughout the race, on those soft compound tires, how long you were going to stretch them out. And then you went to the hards. And then we started noticing, there's this big battle, and a lot of the drivers were starting to catch you in that, on your hard compound tires. And we noticed you were starting to get up there in the lap counter on the hard compound tires. Were you at all worried about the hard compound tires being about 25, 26 laps old due to the fact that Germany is a high degradation, track?
Not really. For some reason, I mean, going into it, I figured at the end, I feel like at the beginning, I figured at the end I'd be driving on ice skates. But for some reason, those things towards the end of the race there, they actually started doing pretty darn well, and I was actually gaining on Loki, and I think Loki was gaining on Rhodes, and I don't know what it was, but around that, I would say 15 to about 20 lap mark on those hards. They just kept on with the grip, and it actually worked out pretty well, surprisingly.
Well, I have to say, congratulations on third. We weren't too sure. The drivers weren't too sure. You know, a lot of the fans in the stream chat were saying congratulations to your performance. You know, and how long you were able to stretch those hard compound tires out. At least now this third place finish is going to help you in your championship series, but not as much as it is for our second place finisher, Mr. MRC Loki, the German driver. We know you wanted to win the race. This was your home Grand Prix. I'm sure coming home in second is still enough. We saw you take a look on the inside of SF1 roads. Talk us through your race, and you know, I mean, did it seem like your car kind of ran out of a little bit of gas towards the end because you kind of fell behind roads, or were you just kind of like, you know what, you know, like I'm good where I'm at. I can defend against Mitch.
Yeah, first of all, big congratulations to Rhodes. Amazing race from him. Really great. Yeah, at the start, I got tangled up in between two cars and lost a lot of positions, and had to get back up. And yeah, in the end, I got 2 penalties through that whole trying to overtake and push to get back to the top. And in the end, I think I was a little bit faster than Rhodes, but I couldn't overtake him. I couldn't get close enough. And yeah, in the last laps, I just thought, no point. I have 6 seconds of penalties. He has none. So even if I would have overtaken him, he would have gotten the place. So no point in risking anything. So I let the pace a little bit go. Yeah. But
Well,
I'm okay with it.
well, we know
he
you're a
won.
little. We know you're a little disappointed, but based on the championship standings right now, it's definitely going to help you out in the long run. It's going to actually slot you in the leading the championship series going into Hungary next week. And I just want to say congratulations to you, and you know what a wonderful race you did. And now on to our race winner and driver of the day with 0 penalties. I'm still trying to figure out how you do it. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. SF1 Rhodes. Congratulations on your win at the, German Grand Prix. Now, talk us through your race. Kind of were, the lone Red Bull, sitting. You had to carry the Red Bull flag, for this race. I guess you want to say it, as you were chasing down Marlon Conga and everything else. Like, talk us through the race. We noticed you had a lot of ERS, but then you kind of you were using up a lot of ERS towards the end of the race.
Between a rock and a hard place. This is probably one of my top 3 tracks. I really enjoy this track. So, Loki, you're very lucky to have this as a home track. I will say that. Going into it, I knew I wanted to keep myself off the exceeding track time penalty. That was going to be a good push forward. Qualifying was actually a very big surprise. I wouldn't have expected myself to be P3 starting up in the grid, so I knew that if I took it easy, I would have a good shot at the top podium this evening, which I saw. I think it was White Meat get a little wide off at the beginning, and I was able to get around him, but he eventually got around me, or it might have been his teammate. And then, from then on, it was just trying to maintain. And when I dove for the pits, I knew Loki and Mitch might have grabbed a bit of traffic, so if I came out ahead of them, I was going to take care of the tires and the fuel and the ERS as much as I could, and I turned everything off for probably 10 laps. Everything besides the straights I was on low and no ERS until they would catch up to me. And then when Loki had that look, that's when I realized, all right, now it's time to really start to push it, because I wasn't paying attention to how much if these guys had a time penalty or not. I was just like, every time we race, we always end up around each other, being the top 3 in the championship. I was like, all right, well, this is going to get really interesting. So me being 12 points behind both of them this race, I had to make something happen.
Yes, and I have to say, what a wonderful race that it was. It was clearly a spectacle to see. Just like how tight all the battles were throughout the whole entire grid in the field and things like that. And a lot of amazing moves. I mean, a lot of guys making moves, and especially the hairpin down on the back straight and everything else like that. And I just want to say congratulations to you, SF1 Roads, for winning the German Grand Prix, MRC Loki for finishing second, Mitch for finishing third. Definitely going to extend the Red Bull Racing Constructors Championship even further here. They may even lock it out way before the season even gets anywhere near halfway. I believe I'll have to double check those points. But I just want to say thank you to all the viewers that tuned in. Please come check us out next week, on Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, as we will be in Hungary. We will be at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Also check out Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, our BRL F2 Championship Series as that's going on, as well as Saturday nights. Check out 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, F2, and also 10 p.m. Eastern Time, our Tier 1, where the fastest American drivers battle it out on the track. I'm your host, BRL Exia 1984, and I just want to say thank you and have a wonderful night.